We are going to do an art project of your hand. I take my piece of paper, my non-dominant hand, or the hand I don't write with. My other hand, I grip my pencil, wrap my fingers around it. I line up my hand on the paper, and I gently trace around my hand, taking my time and doing my best job. I'm not pressing very hard, just very soft pressure. There. On the thumb, you'll write your name, your grade, so 3, and then your teacher's initial. On the arm, you will write the words art is, and then you'll finish the sentence, whatever art is to you, whatever word that describes art. Then I want you to design the background. You can draw pictures of things you see, things you feel, things you remember, things you imagine. You could do designs. It doesn't have to be representational. It could be abstract or non-representational, but you'll draw in pencil over the whole thing. You'll draw really soft. We don't press hard. We press really lightly with our pencil, because if we make a mistake, it's easy to erase if that pencil mark is light. Once I have it all designed in pencil, I'm going to take a Sharpie and trace. Sharpies are only for tracing or outlining the pencil lines that we want to keep permanent. We never color with a Sharpie. The ink is too expensive for that. We only trace, we take our time, and we go over all of the pencil marks that we want to keep. We also will trace the words art is, and then whatever word you pick to describe art, we'll trace your name, and we'll trace any designs or images or pictures that you made. When you are done tracing, we put the lid back on tight on the Sharpie and we erase. We put one hand down on the paper and we erase away from us. That way we don't tear the paper. I'm making sure I am cleaning up any pencil marks so my artwork has good craftsmanship or good quality. It looks like I took my time and did my best job. I can brush away any eraser marks. When it's time to color your hand, there are several techniques we will do. When we use crayons, we pinch the crayon between our pointer finger and our thumb, and we wrap our hands around the back toward the tip. One technique you will make is a value scale where you color light, medium, and then dark pressure. So somewhere on your finished hand you will need a value scale, light, medium to dark pressure. You will also need to blend colors. Blending colors is when we color two colors over the top of each other to make a new color. Here I'm making like a bluish violet color. You will need to create a tint, which is where we add white to a color to make it lighter. It also kind of blends or burnishes that color together. And then you will also need to add a little bit of black to another color to create a little bit more of a shadow, darkening that original color. When you color, if you have a shape, and there, let's trace it. You can outline around that shape using the tip or the point of the crayon. And then you can use the side of the crayon to color it in. But I get out all of the white spots. I take my time and I don't scribble. I do my best work. You will need a value scale. You'll need to blend or create a new color. Do a shade with black. Do a tint with whites. And you'll need to have your best craftsmanship. after your hand is colored, we cut it out using scissors. I always carry my scissors down. I never point them up, and I wrap my hands around the blades. When I cut along that black line. I take my time. I do my best artwork, and then when I get to the fingers, I'm just going to cut a big bubble or circle around each finger, kind of like it's a baseball mitt or a baseball glove. And then I continue moving down along the wrist, and this is after it is all colored. Now I'll go back and I'll use the inside of the scissors, the sharpest part, to go along and cut around each finger. Notice how I'm using one hand on the scissor and one hand on the paper to cut, and I'm using my hand to move the paper around so I can cut along the line with each finger. I'm using the inside of my scissors, which is the sharpest part. The tip isn't very strong, so I use the inside part of that scissors. I take my time. I'm doing my best work or my best craftsmanship, and I'm using one hand to move the paper and one hand to move the scissors. I'll safely return my scissors, and I can recycle all of my scraps or my extra paper.